We start the episode in a nice warm room. Fuck, that didn't last long. Tormund shares a listicle on how to stop your balls from freezing. Gendry talks about being sexually abused by Melisandre. And Jon tries to give Longclaw to Jorah, but he's like, now you don't have a sword. I have my fists. Don't be a dickhead. Seriously, it was a dodgy idea. Arya accuses Sansa of getting their dad killed. She presents her flimsy as fuck evidence. Sansa is like, oh, you have got some bloody nerve, you little judgmental, arrogant shit. Even in sub-zero weather, Tormund can still get a stiffy thinking about Brienne. Beric and Jon laugh about how they can't die, and the Hound metaphorically points to his brother. Dany misses her boyfriends and wants to go out night clubbing. Tyrion tells her she needs to start thinking about her future. The Friday work drinks turns into a big fucking argument. Meanwhile, Thoros has a go at fighting an undead flaming bear. He then says, I really loved this mission. Jon's like, these spare pricks were fucking useless. Sansa has been Littlefingered a few times in the past, and she could get Littlefingered again if she's not careful here. Thoros tells Jorah, I really loved this mission. Such a top attitude. There's a White Walker with 20 good dead men. He's probably on a mission to steal a human. Jono and the Fellowship charges in to pick a fight. There's some bloody hammer time, a flaming sword. Jorah needs to lift his game. Jono turns this wanker into a bag of ice cubes, and all his minions explode and die. Except this little fella, he gets bullied. He's like, help, someone help. Luckily, he has the best mates. Team Jono shits their dacks and starts running away. Oh, Gendry also buggers off to call in backup. One of the spare pricks falls on the ice and breaks it, so I'm giving him credit for all of these kills. Unfortunately, they do end up in a pickle. Run, Gendry, run! He makes it into the loving arms of Davos, who yells, email the dragons! Jorah's thinking, could be worse, I could be a rock. Thoros is like, I really love this mission. Beric says, why don't we just go kill the boss man, and then we can all go home, Bob's your uncle. You fucking think I haven't thought of that. Back where everyone has central heating, Sansa tells Brienne to bugger off. Arya also keeps mind-fucking her to the point she's probably thinking, even getting Littlefingered isn't as bad as this bullshit. Dany has put on her winter outfit, she fires up the dragons and heads into battle. Day 53, it looks like we're about to see a shit fight. Yep, it is hammer time. Jono gets a kill, Jorah scores a point. Sonic boom, yoga flame, hiya! Superb, excellent, outstanding. Fuck me dead, where's Dany? 1001, 1002. Look out, Jono. Think of Brienne, mate. Oh, no worries, the Hound has got ya. Another spare prick bites the dust. Slow-mo face, slow-mo face, slow-mo face. Jorah does the best one. Suddenly they hear someone yell, barbecue! And the army of the dead gets roasted. This is a massive cook-up. Look at Jono, he loves it. Dany says, come with me if you want to live. Jon's like, hang on, let me show you some of my moves. He does some pretty cool moves. But then the Night's King yells, popsicle! And Viserion gets fucked on. Dragon down, dragon down. Oh no, Jono down, Jono down. And Jorah down, Jorah down. Oh no, he's good. He's alright. Yeah, nah, Jono's good too. Uncle Benjen gives him a horse and he makes it into the loving arms of Davos. Dany checks out his awesome scars and six-pack. Later on, they have a deep and meaningful chat about how they're gonna help each other out. Fuck yes, Jono and Dany, fuck yes. Finally, the Night King does his favourite party trick, and Viserion is reborn as a frosty wanker.
Most people I know think that I'm crazy.
Yeah, look, that mission turned out okay, considering it was a dodgy mission. This episode was a fucking roller coaster. I was a bit worried for some reason it was going to be a shit episode, but the second half was incredible. I don't know, I can't put my finger on it. At 70 minutes long and having a couple of days to digest it, I think it's a real surprise packet. It does hold up well as a whole. I gotta give most valuable player to Emilia Clarke. This scene between her and Jono at the end, where she's in pain as a mother due to the loss of Viserion, is fair dinkum gold. I think the reason this scene has such an emotional punch is due to the character building blocks in the previous 3 episodes. I've enjoyed all of the Jon and Dany scenes, and even though the pacing of this season feels lightning fast, I think the main A-grade characters are still getting enough screen time to sink their teeth into some juicy dilemmas. I'm very worried as to how things are going to pan out between Tyrion and Dany. Although his plans have gone to shit, his intentions and instincts have been on point when you think about it. You could never just rock up to King's Landing and immediately start a barbecue. Too many people would have been triggered due to the Targaryen barbecues from the past. So yeah, I love all of the Dany scenes this week. Maybe the episode was lacking suspense because it was predictable all along she would save the day, but yeah, once the standoff ended, I did enjoy this shit fight. I loved the Night King took down a dragon and respawned it. I was worried their army was a bit of a joke, I think, and maybe that's why I thought early on the episode could fall apart. This all-powerful army that Jon bangs on about was struggling to kill a few blokes, but then by the end you do have to wonder if the Night King wanted Jono and the gang to be trapped. Was it his plan to lure Daenerys near ground level and steal her dragons? How much do they know about who is on the other side of the wall? Yeah, the final taste in my mouth is that they're not to be underestimated. The banter between Tormund and the Hound was on a whole other level this week, like 00 agent level of fucking professional banter. I hope Arya is acting. We know Littlefinger can have places bugged. He loves a peephole, loves a secret peephole. She has what it takes to be a good actor from her time in Bravos. I hope she's not being a dumbass. I feel like handing Sansa Littlefinger's dagger could have been a signal, like blink twice if you're having me on with how judgmental you're being, sister. Bloody blink twice. The handing over of the dagger could have been Arya blinking twice. The episode is called Beyond the Wall, and if you're dedicated to truth, if you want to see truth in its 100% purest form, you have to be willing to look beyond a bloody wall. These fellas are on a mission to prove that the army of the dead is true. Some of them find truth in religion, truth in unrequited love, truth in owning your past mistakes. It's a quest for fucking truth. Sansa and Arya have a wall between them as well. Either Arya needs to see beyond the wall, and the truth is that Sansa is not an enemy, or Sansa needs to see beyond the wall, and that Arya is helping her snuff out Littlefinger once and for all. Tyrion is struggling to see beyond the wall as to whether or not Dany truthfully wants to break the wheel, and she can't see if he honestly wants to overthrow his family. Absolute truth is a hard thing to pin down and hold on to, and that's what this episode was about, for me anyways. Oh, and Benjen could have gotten on that horse. Like Leo could have gotten on the door in Titanic, Benjen could have done it.